achieve stage 3. Okay, great. So at the end of this webinar, hopefully everyone will have this idea to say, how do I change my stage 1 to stage 2, right? And then later on move it into stage 3. Right? Good, good, very good. So we all learn a lot of things, something new every day, right? How to reach stage 3. I think that's the whole idea, right? That's the whole idea, how to reach stage 3. Okay, so some examples. Stage 1, this is stage 1. As you can see, a very PowerPoint-like, right? Very PowerPoint template-like, because why? You have this thing that you see a title, right? PowerPoint always asks you to write a title. And then after that, they say, okay, put in a lot of text there, right? And that's where you have text. And then sometimes they give you a table, okay, add in numbers in the table. And these are all stage 1 information. Very complex, not very good. And sometimes you say, okay, I don't like numbers and I don't like text. How about if I make all the numbers into a chart, right? And your chart looks something like that. This is still stage 1, right? Although it is chart, although you say, okay, this is visual, but then you have a table added onto the chart with a lot of numbers, like a spreadsheet, and it makes things very complicated again. This is stage 1, and these are all not good for presentation slide. And stage 1 cannot be used for your presentation. Right? If you want your presentation to have high impact, you cannot use stage 1. You have to move it to stage 2 and hopefully into stage 3. Some more example, this time example of stage 2, right? Simplified information, right? So what you see earlier on stage 1, you simplify it, you zoom in into the actual content you want your audience to see, you bring it up, you place it into a diagrammatic format, it becomes simple, it becomes exciting. And as you explain to your audience, you know what I mean. You can see that the 80% market share in pot 23 is what we currently own. Wow, your audience is able to see, yes, I know what you're referring to. The whole market is 100%, but pot 23 own 80%. Right? And in order to sustain the 80%, we have resources. We currently have 31 tucks, 500 jobs per day, with the head count of 335 crew. And these are the resources that we have been requiring in order for us to maintain that 80% market share. Isn't that great? Right? As you present, you explain, your audience can see very clearly what you are talking about. Right? And so that is stage 2. Another example of stage 2, wow, you have information that you want to highlight from a chart. You don't take the number and just convert to chart. If you take the number to just convert to chart in PowerPoint, you get chart that is very messy. There is no highlight, there is no focus, there is no impact. And you want to have stage 2 information with high impact. Okay, are you all with me at the moment, right? Right. If you are all with me, write on the chat to say yes, yes, right? So I can continue with the next level of information. Good, wonderful, right? So I hope you are all with me. So from stage 2, we want to get into stage 3, right? So stage 3 information is something exciting. We use picture, we use diagram, but most of the time we use picture and we are able to build a story around the picture. We show the picture and then we say, this is a very exciting picture. The reason why I show you this picture is because of what, right? So it's something that you will explain, taking the picture, connecting with your presentation. And I want to show you this picture because this is a picture that is not very often seen. And it is a kind of a rare picture, right? And I just want to show you this picture as an example of an exciting information to make you wow and think a little bit more about the things that I'm talking about, right? So that's how you want to use the picture and image, show it to the audience in your presentation, and then get them to think a little bit. Then you start explaining. And stage 3 here is exciting information. But I want to bring you a little bit into a higher level. Instead of exciting information in stage 3, I don't call it exciting information. I call it an exciting experience. So when you get into stage 3, what you're trying to do is you are going to get your audience, to be part of the presentation, part of the things that you believe in. You want to tell the story. You want to get your audience to have the best experience attending your presentation session. And that's why I say that when you have stage 3 information, you give the audience the experience attending your presentation, be with you together in the presentation, rather than I'm presenting, you listen. Right? No, I'm presenting, but I want you to be with me in the presentation and believe the information that I'm sharing you together with me. Right? And that is very powerful. Right? Stage 3 is very powerful. Once you are able to get to stage 3, wow, I tell you, your presentation is going to be very persuasive. Right? So again, we come into these 3 stages of information, right? Complex is what we see every day, and you don't want to be there. You see a lot of presenter present in stage 1. You don't want to be part of them. You want to get out of it, stand out when you present. You want your presentation to be in stage 2, and then hopefully after some practice, you can get into stage 3. And that is very powerful. You have ideas. Don't spend time thinking about stage 1. Don't spend time practicing information that you have put in the slide that are stage 1. No. Spend time thinking about how do you get the stage 1 into stage 2 and stage 3, so that at the end of the presentation, you want to give your audience the experience they will never forget. I'm sure after this presentation, when you get back, you will never forget this webinar that you attended. You will always remember stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, because these are very powerful. Visual impact is very powerful for your presentation. Experience, they will not forget. Remember that. Experience, they will not forget. Then how do you create the experience that they'll never forget? Of course, you need certain things that you need to work together, that you work on in order to get that experience, right? You need strategies. You cannot just pull in numbers and pull in data, pull in pictures, throw it on the slide without any context and say, okay, that is stage 2, that is stage 3, right? Of course, you need to analyze. You need strategies to help you, right? And I want to share you a strategy, right? One very powerful strategy that I always use, that I have designed for all my clients and all the individuals and the organization that I coach. Right? The first one is that we all know information must be simple. Right? One of the strategies is that you must make sure that information is simple. So you must have also strategies to ensure that the simple information is persuasive. That means people believe the information that you show them that is simple. Sometimes you show something simple and people don't believe. Right? Then it will not be something high impact. When you show something simple, people must believe. Your story must link. The explanation must link. It must be persuasive. Right? And once it's persuasive, you want to make it exciting. That means you want to make it youthful. Youthful means that it's young, something fresh. Although people believe it, you want them to stay throughout your whole presentation, so that they will be remembering the things that you are saying, so that they will be wowed by your presentation. Youthful. So the 3 things: simple, persuasive, youthful. And that strategy, I call it the S.P.Y strategy. S.P.Y. That's how you can see that my company name is called Sticky S.P.Y, right? So there's a story behind this whole S.P.Y thing, Sticky S.P.Y that I created, because I created a company to teach presentation and to ensure that people are able to use this SPY strategy and create their presentation to be